Hello YouTubers, once again this is Capinas. If you haven't checked out my last video, please do when you get the chance. So first of all, I just want to say in my background, as you can see here, congratulations to the St. Louis Blues on winning their first Stanley Cup. Congrats, congrats, congrats. Yep, started out as a franchise since 1967. 52 years, they finally got their trophy. And beating Boston and think that they'll win it, no they won't. That took care of St. Louis's nightmare for revenge payback. So like I said, with the city of St. Louis Cardinals winning all their World Series, and when Rams won the Super Bowl in St. Louis before Los Angeles, Blues now winning Stanley Cup here in St. Louis, anything is possible. So today, for this video, I'm going to talk to you about championships, playoff, and dynasty. All that for today. So like I said, there's been lots of cities where it's popular cities like Chicago, Philadelphia, Detroit, Washington, Boston. They're like city of champions because so far as of right now, every team of that city for that particular sport has at least won championships more than once, but at least has their championships. So, you know, with success of like dynasties, sometimes dynasties rise and sometimes they fall. So, for example, on me being a hockey fan, it's like back, you know, that Montreal Canadiens, they're the team that won the most Stanley Cups. So like, you know, in the late mid-50s, early 60s, they won 5 straight with great players like Maurice Richard, Gene Velvin, Jacques Plant under coach Toe Blake. Same thing with when the Canadiens were Stanley Cup champions like 4 straight times in the 70s with players like Larry Robinson, Guy Lafleur, Ken Dry under coach Sky Ballman. You know, coaches and players' success like that. Like with the New York Islanders, how they won 4 straight since the 1980s because they've had best players like Bobby Nystrom, Clark Gillies, Billy Smith, under head coach Al Arbor. And you know, like other sports, like, you know, for basketball, and I'm a Boston Celtics fan for basketball, think of their dynasty of back in the 60s, 9 out of 10 championships, with once again, great player and great coach to find those successful players to, you know, win all his dynasties and championships. Now, the thing is, I want to get into this, though. Keep in mind, sometimes there are teams that say that they deserve it, they're the greatest, they knew what it took to win. There are some people, in their own opinion, say that that team cheated, it's rigged, they don't deserve it. So you know what, let me tell you this, though. Let me fill this in for you. So, the NFL team New England Patriots, they were saying lots of rumors of a cheating scam and stuff. So, you know, like with Brady and Belichick of their relationships, saying Spygate and deflate football. So I want to get into this right now. Now, okay, for deflation football, I don't believe so much about deflation football. I'm seeing the ball, toss in the air, looks like a normal football to me. But once you hold the grip, you can tell it's deflation, but cameras, advanced cameras can't like clearly see that enough, you know? So yeah, there's not enough evidence or video proof for deflating footballs. Now what was Spygate? That's another story. Spygate, I'm believing so much right now. Because, you know, you never know what the cameras and footage or what people try and do, thinking that it's okay and stuff. Let me tell you this though. Now when the Patriots were in the championship final, the AFC championship final, so, you know, it was 2017 against the Jags. They were celebrating victory. Now, I saw this video that there was this ref dancing and celebrating with the Patriots. And first of all, let me just point out with the Patriots, you know, everybody knows that Patriots stand for pay all the refs in order to succeed. That's Patriots. So, interesting theory right there. Like I said, the moment I saw the video, about the refs celebrating with the Patriots. That made me realize that are the refs happy for what they did? Do they want them to win? Refs, I believe, they would take charge and control the game. They think they're in charge of the game. Otherwise, and then again, they could help you. They could help you your way, but they're taking control of the game. Is what they're doing. So yeah, you know, the way the Patriots have changed scams suspending Tom Brady and Belichick, does he even have an answer for all that? But it's the same with basketball. The Golden State Warriors. Now, first of all, you know, any sports league they think is rigged. I believe mostly the NFL and the NBA. Now, like I said, what with the Golden State Warriors? Okay, what so amazes me is this. The way the 2017 NBA playoffs were going, Golden State swept everybody in the first 3 rounds. And then, when they went up to the final, they were up in the series 3-0, lost Game 4, but had to become champions in Game 5. And the same thing with 2018, Golden State win another championships in a sweep. Now I believe that any sports league, like with hockey and baseball and basketball, there's been lots of years where a team has won championship in a sweat. But to me, not like Golden State Warriors. I mean, championships, when they won it, that's different. But we're talking about playoffs in a series round. I just don't think there's ever a team where they could sweep everybody in the first 3 rounds. I mean, it's likely possible, but the way Golden State played, knowing they have best players, I just can't believe that they would sweep everybody in the first round. So with the relationship of the NFL being rigged with the Patriots chain scam, with the Belichick and Brady relationship, it could be the same with saying that the NBA is rigged with the Warriors of the, I don't know, Kern and Curly relationship. You know, something like that. Now, with MLB and NHL, those are the two I don't find rigged. The thing about baseball is that, you know, you can easily tell and be hard enough for it to be rigged. I mean, you may think it's rigged because of them curses, so to speak, about the Bambino stick and the Billy Goat. Well, you know, I did maybe believe in them, but, you know, curses, they are meant to be broken. Sometimes they are meant to be broken, but you never know until these, I don't know, like 20 years or maybe these 10 years or 5 years or so. And speaking of curses, you know, my favorite NFL team being the Cincinnati Bengals. Again, hopefully we can break the curse by winning a playoff game. At least that. And so speaking of that, jumping right in, is that, like I said, you know, with playoffs of my Bengals, hopefully the curse will end. With it being the longest drought continuing. Because honestly, I'll never forget the 2015 wildcard game. 2015 AFC wildcard game between my Cincinnati Bengals against dread-hated Pittsburgh Steelers. I just can't stop seeing about that game. I'll never forget knowing that just should have been our year, and I know so much could have happened. Knowing that, yeah, you know, they should have clocked and kneed the ball and not let Jeremy Hill run the ball. Blaming that was probably their coach and their offensive coordinator on deciding what to do. But it wasn't just that. Yeah, I know it was wrong that Vontaze Burfict knocked out Antonio Brown, would cause the game to give field goal range. But I don't know if you noticed how early in the game, Steelers linebacker Ron Shazier knocked out my running back Giovanni Bernard, my Bengals running back Giovanni Bernard. So was that payback what Burfict did, or try and make a play? But you know what my main big thing is this. When Vontaze Burfict intercepted the ball and ran and had a hand, like he had the hand of the ball while it was intercepted by the pass to Pittsburgh's QB Landry Jones. And Vontaze Burfict, he could have simply just ran the other way for a touchdown. If Burfict ran the other way for a touchdown, it wouldn't have mattered. It wouldn't matter the rest. We could have easily won it just like that. But the defense felt like they had to screw themselves out, and we're having too much fun to celebrate. That just wouldn't matter. But the fact is that, in reality, it happened. They lost. It sucks, but you can't change it. You just can't change it, and it was hard. It was hard to loss. So yeah. And also too, with championships and stuff and playoffs and drought and all that. Now we're going to jump in to talk about longest drought. There's a difference between your team never winning it, knowing that there's a longest drought. So, like for hockey, the Toronto Maple Leafs. Now, I know 1967 was the last time they won the Stanley Cup, which everybody knows. That speaks for itself. But 1967 was the last time Toronto Maple Leafs made a Stanley Cup final. So at the same time, it's so bizarre knowing not only was that the last time they won the Cup, but last time they made a Stanley Cup final appearance. You know? I mean, yeah, so there's been longest Cup droughts, and goes for St. Louis Blues being the oldest franchise in what, but congratulations, because they did win their first. So now for hockey, there's 2 tied NHL teams that are now currently the oldest in their one Cup. It's Buffalo and Vancouver, and this next coming season is their 50th season. So good for them. And first of all, I really did the new Vancouver Canucks jersey look. I dig that. So anyway, yeah. But like I said, with the longest drought about Toronto Maple Leafs not only being the, last time we win Stanley Cup, last time we get a Stanley Cup final, there's been other Cup droughts that have won it, but it has been a long time. So Toronto Maple Leafs being the first, I would have to say Philadelphia Flyers the second, knowing they haven't won since back of the 70s Broad Street Bullies era. And then the third would probably have to be the New York Islanders because of we had 4 straight in the 1980s. Now, my sports buff friend Jason Collier, he's a Philadelphia Flyers fan. And first of all, let me just say, I'm kind of proud of the Philadelphia Flyers just because they're rebuilding on getting better coaching staff and good players and free agency and stuff. So I will say that. But about his team, Philadelphia Flyers, he messaged me and saying about, longest Cup drought, let the Flyers win our Stanley Cup for so many years. But I'm like, Jason, I know you guys want to win another Stanley Cup. I know the team's been struggling with frustration. But at least you're not like Toronto Maple Leafs. Because, yeah, you guys haven't won a Cup since the 70s. But you made a Cup final a few years more recent than Toronto. That's for sure. So I say, Jason, you got to give them some time. I mean, I know you don't want to take too much time. Expect me better. But just wait. They'll be there. They're young and they'll get better. They will. So like I said, again, yeah, like, for example, so that's my example for, like, with football, my Bengals having the longest play-out drought. And you gotta give them time to rebuild, regroup, because we have a new head coach and need to find a better player, need to release this player for the best. So, yeah. So, like I said, when you have a favorite, I just want to say this. When you have a favorite team of whatever sport, you keep on saying this is going to be their year, this is going to be their year. But in reality, you gotta understand what's going to take it from them to win it to become championships. I will say that. And now, like I said, I guess I feel like showing this now, but speaking of hockey with playoffs and championships, since I'm a diehard NHL fan and like all these sports, but mostly ice hockey, I thought I'd show you this. Now, like I said, keep in mind, this hasn't been updated, so one of these days I'll try and update it. I made this chart way before the Blues won their first Stanley Cup, and I think I made this chart probably somewhere during like the Stanley Cup Playoffs Conference Final, like the Final Four, maybe right in the beginning of the Stanley Cup Final in 2019. So, yeah, it's this chart that, if you can see, which, I'll try and make it, close enough. But, so on this side, establishments, this shows the year when they were first a franchise. This shows the year when they were first founded. And, of course, you got your teams, the city and the team name. Right here is their last playoffs, last time they made the playoffs so far, and last time they missed, last time they got eliminated, gotta include that. And this is the last time, right here, this is the last time they won a Stanley Cup, last time they won, which some never. because right now there's 11 teams left having their one cup, so one of those 11 will be searching for the first, hopefully anytime soon. And right here was the last time they made a final appearance. Which 4 of them haven't, so hopefully one day they'll get lucky. And very last, you can see the number of cup wins. The number of cup wins. Now, I know it's probably not good that you can see it really that close, but one of these days I'll show it to you really close when it's really updated. So, like I said, I gotta say for now, once again, when you have a favorite team that's never won championship ever, or a team that has won a lot, you gotta realize, in reality, keep saying this is our year, we're going to do it, but like I said, in reality, you gotta face the facts. What can we do to accomplish this? Because of, what with injuries and IR, which really makes you upset, you gotta keep the players healthy and physical, better coaching staff, better players, do well in free agency. And remember, like I said, some of the people that were former GMs and former presidents that are no longer with the team, they did do a lot, and maybe it wasn't that successful, great, but then you realize in the future, they became great, successful, and I'm like, if it wasn't for them, they would have never been there, and they never would have done it. So even though we're getting even though every franchise have new GM and new presidents, and they're being successful, but keep in mind, give credit to the former one that done a lot when you least expect that it would happen. Stuff like that. But you never want to confuse with players and them winning it. Because there's going to be tons and tons of players that no matter what team they end up with, who knows if they're going to win it. But that's going to be a different story that I'll have to discuss later. So yeah, like I said, you make history. Teams have made history about dynasty winning championships and success in playoffs. And it's great. It's great history for all of them. But like I said, if you want your favorite team that's never won it, and you want them to, keep saying this is your year, but you gotta realize, in reality, work hard on what it's going to take for them to win it. To do their best. And make history to know that we realize what success we did to win this. So yeah. So that's what I have to say about this second video right here next time on CoS Sports. Thanks for watching. Later.